It's gonna be episode 2. It's Trey Mayo with Trey Mayo Media. You know what I mean? We got my boy Jonesy Vision behind the camera. He's gonna be doing everything production wise. But yeah, we got a special guest. Today her name is Chanelle, and she's got her own clothing brand in Poughkeepsie. But yeah, you can introduce yourself and.
Hey y'all, my name is Chanelle. I have a clothing brand. It's actually right here on this briefcase. It's pronounced Lenahc Vetements. I've been established since 2019. I do have a few merchandise that's already available. At the end, we'll have my Instagram, the Facebook pages, my website, everything, so that can be available to you guys. But I am gonna have some new drops on the way as well. So.
All right, so we're gonna dive right into this conversation. So how old are you?
I'm 23. I was about to say 22 for a second.
When's your birthday?
April 10th.
Oh,
I'm an Aries.
Okay.
Big Aries.
I'm a Scorpio.
Oh wow.
Thanks. November 18th.
Scorpio, they say Scorpio is crazy.
A little bit. We have our ways. So are you born and raised in Poughkeepsie?
Yes. This is my hometown.
Poughkeepsie Middle School, graduated high school too?
Yes, I'm a graduate for both. Poughkeepsie was crazy.
So, how was your experiences in high school? Do you have any bad experiences in high school?
No, honestly, I don't have any bad experiences because, it's like regular. You have your drama, I had fights growing up. I had a lot of fights growing up. But other than that, it was cool. It was really fun. We had the best. I feel like Poughkeepsie always had the best sports team.
You graduated 13?
No, 16.
Whoa!
I'm a youngin'.
You graduated 12. It's 10 years, buddy.
When did you graduate?
2012.
Oh wow.
Yeah, facts. I'm 26.
What? Oh, that's a fact.
Young
Because,
bull.
yeah, but growing up was okay for me because my mom never wanted to let me outside. So when she sees this podcast, I don't know what's wrong with her.
Yeah,
She did not want me outside. But when I was outside, I had mad fun with my friends. And like I said, we had our drama fights, but growing up in Poughkeepsie, that's very common. So it's not something unusual.
Did you have any boyfriends in high school?
Yeah, I did.
Did your mom not like that? Or how did that go?
Mom didn't know I had a boyfriend in high school.
She know now.
But they're relevant.
So what'd you do after high school, after you graduated?
I went to Dutchess. I really loved kids, so I felt like I wanted to do something with kids. I was like, let me go into early childhood education. I really wanted to do a daycare, but I want them to be learning and their stuff. So that's why I was going to Dutchess for that. But then I just really don't like school. Okay. I'm not a school type person.
Some people aren't.
I'm very smart. I could do the work. I would pass everything, but I don't like doing it. I got to get myself there mentally, and that's fine. I feel like school's not for everybody. So, but I am a very smart person. So.
You're doing it somehow, right?
Yeah, but after that, I stopped going to college because I didn't want to do that anymore, and then I started trying to figure out what I really want to do because I really, like I said, it wasn't for me. So I really noticed that I like to dress up. I like to go to the mall, shopping with my friends. I like ordering stuff. I have a shopping addiction. Actually, it's really bad. And then I like to dress up. So I used to think maybe I want to take pictures. Maybe I want to be a model since I like dressing up and I like clothes. I'm not photogenic at all, so that didn't work out. I was doing photo shoots and I'm don't like that one. Don't like that one either. So I was alright, I don't think that's for me either. So I was but everybody kept saying to me why don't you make clothes? You love clothes. And I'm I'm not gonna lie, I was really just being lazy because I really was just
So did you find this passion in Dutchess, when you were at Dutchess?
No, just home, just thinking about what I want to do. And
were you working at the time, working a regular job, 9 to 5?
Yeah, I've always had a job. I had a job since I was able to work. I was always working.
My first job was 14.
Yeah.
That's where I got Taco Bell. that's good.
Yeah,
That ain't good. I mean, Taco Bell ain't good. Taco Bell ain't
she
good.
was doing something. Like,
I mean, yeah, I was making money.
I did not know they was hiring at 14.
My uncle got me a job.
Oh, see, it's the cheap
Shout out my
girls.
uncle.
It's really about who you know.
Yeah.
That's and this whole like.
Even in the business world too.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about who you know. So that makes.
So how'd you come up with the name? I still can't pronounce it, so I'm not gonna.
Lenahc Vetements. The Lenahc part is really my name backwards. My name is Chanelle. So if y'all look here, it's my name backwards. And my mom actually gave me that idea. I was sitting with her in the living room one day, and I was like, I want to do a clothing brand. I said, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of a name. I really don't know what name to do. So she was like, do your name backwards. And then I was like, so I was putting it in my phone, and I typed it in my phone. I said, oh, that looks fire. I was like, that's fire. But she was pronouncing it different. She was like, yeah, Lenahc. And I'm like, no, I don't like that.
I thought that's how it was.
Yeah, everybody thinks that. Everybody says Lenahc Vetements, but it's not. But so once she did that, I was like, oh yeah, I like that. But I said, I'm gonna pronounce it differently. I was like, I'm gonna make the C like an S. And yeah, I'm just trying to make it complicated.
Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah. And then like I pretty much at first my name was gonna be Lenahc's Clothing. Then my sister was like, the clothing part is kind of boring. Like I feel like the first name is too nice. Like why don't you do clothing in another language? So then I was like, that's a good idea. And I was like, what you think though? And she came up with it. She's like, Vetements. And I was like, oh, that sounds fire. And then I put it together. I was like, Lenahc Vetements. Because I already had copyrighted. Like I copyrighted my brand in 2018. Okay. It didn't come out till 2019. But I had it copyrighted way before as I was like looking for factories and everything. So I had first copyrighted Lenahc Clothing, and then I had to go back and add Lenahc Vetements, because I like that better. So I was happy. So basically, pretty much my mother and my sister really helped me out with my brand name. So yeah.
So what was your first piece of clothing that you put out?
Bathing suits. I really wanted to be different because I felt like I seen like a lot of people when they come out with a brand, which is nothing wrong with it, but like when they come out with a brand, they usually have like, hoodies, shirts, just like regular basic attire gear. But I felt like if I'm gonna be doing that as well, what's gonna make me different from other people? Like I need to do something that's gonna catch people's attention. So I knew I didn't really see much people coming out with bathing suits, and not just to stay around Poughkeepsie, like even around like, New York in general, like people come out with clothing brands. A lot of people usually go for shirts and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do something different. So I said bathing suits. Once I did the bathing suits, I like hit up one of my models, Amanda. She's like my sister's friend, and I remember her from high school.
I play volleyball with Amanda. Shout out Amanda.
Yeah, shout out Amanda. That's my girl. She comes through. Like when I meet her. So I was like, okay. I'm gonna ask Amanda, then ask my cousin Tashana. She's a model. She always like been into like.
And you got shout her out too. She's over there.
Yeah, she's over there, but y'all can't see her. But big shout out to big shout out to her. Yeah, she always come through. She does the makeup on sets anytime I need her.
She did your makeup today, right?
Yes, did my makeup today. Just a little natural. I told her nothing crazy, so yeah. But she always does provides lashes, makeup for the models. And then my other model, Alexis, she was a former model, and I liked her work, so I asked. Well, actually, she had wrote me and asked me. She was like, because I actually wrote looking for models, and when she wrote me, I said, oh yeah. I was like, she takes good pictures. So I was like, I'm use her again. So shout out to her as well, because they've been helping me since day one. Anytime I call them, okay, so I got new merchandise, I need a shoot, and I'm very last minute, which is so annoying. I hit them up probably 3 days before the shoot. All right, so we're gonna have a shoot Friday, and I need you to be there at that time. They'd be like, oh my God, all right, I'm gonna be there. I'm coming. So yeah, big shout out to them, especially TT, like I said. Well, Tashana is her nickname, TT for me. So big shout out to her too.
What have been your biggest hiccups since you started running your own business?
I would say keeping the business going. It'd be so much going on with your personal life that it's so hard to maintain having a business.
You gotta balance both.
Yeah, you really have to balance both. So sometimes I catch myself having huge gap times, which is something I'm still working on and I'm trying to get better at, and I'm trying to avoid happening for the remainder of this year and moving forward, because I literally I'll be like so focused 1 minute and I'll just be making so much designs in my house. I'll get it over to the factories, get the money over, everything, get working, then boom, I'll come out with some merchandise, then, you know, it'll do good numbers, you know, everybody's supporting me, because I get very good support, so I can say that. Then it'll be like a dry time period. And then I'll just come back. I always surprise people because I come back again. People will probably be surprised that I still would keep going, because sometimes I take long gaps. That's something that like I'm trying not to do, but sometimes like my personal life plus the business, it's very hard for me to maintain. And sometimes I be having a lot going on, so I'm still learning the balance between the both of them right now.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I mean, I definitely have that problem too. Like my media business between this podcast and general like basketball workouts I do, or like family dinners. You know what I mean, like whatever baby showers, stuff like that, weddings. So definitely gets hard.
Yeah.
One thing that we've talked about, you know, on a previous episode is police brutality. You know. Me and my friend Robert, you may have experienced it, firsthand. I've experienced it with Robert, I've experienced it with, you know, other friends.
Mm-hmm.
Jones actually, one of them. Have you ever experienced police brutality yourself? Like firsthand, like, you know, like...
I haven't really witnessed in front of my eyes a cop beating anyone or anything, because I probably go crazy. I don't like stuff like that. I haven't seen that, but obviously we see it all across the world. I have seen police harassment. I've been in police harassment. Police following your cars for no reason, pulling you over every second, telling you to get out your car, searching your car. That is something that is very common and happens, and it does happen here in Poughkeepsie as well. That's something that needs to be stopped, but you know, that's something we're gonna forever have to deal with, unfortunately. So.
Yeah.
So you went through police brutality and?
I wouldn't say brutality. I mean, I definitely had one of my friends, Jaywan, shout out Jaywan. We was going to, I forgot, we was going to somebody's school like during like college days. I went to Dutchess too after high school. And they ended up pulling us over. I mean, we was in like a 2-seater, it was like 4 of us. They ended up pulling us out the car or whatever, searching the car or whatever. They ended up like slamming him on the hood like while he was trying to take his shoes off. And like he slammed it, like once he slammed him on Aaron's hood, like everybody was like, what the hell was going on? And stuff like that. He didn't really have a reason to either. But I've definitely been harassed by police, as far as like just being pulled over. My last car had like dark windows and stuff like that. They want to pull you over and harass you and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I have tints in my car. I don't like for people to be able to just see me. So, like, I feel like in the daytime it's not an issue, but it's like literally, you know, driving at night with tints is literally an issue. In certain streets you want to avoid, because if you know the cops is always there, you don't even want to go there because they're gonna.
Or you gotta roll your windows down.
You gotta roll your windows down. Nobody wants to do that, and it's really sad that.
Bro, be in the middle of winter.
Yeah,
like on my last car, the middle of winter, I'm rolling both of my windows down, going to work, just because I want to get pulled over.
You don't want to get pulled over because they really would do that. Like,
it's terrible.
Yeah, it really is.
So you did a fashion show this year.
Yes, I did. I want to start off the year with something positive, because I feel like how you start your year is how your year is going to go. So I said that I need to be like on it like from the start of the year. So I pretty much last minute, people probably thought that was planned for forever the way it went, which I was so happy. I think I
had a good turnout.
Yeah, very good turnout. I literally planned it, I believe, January 1st. And it was like January 26th or 28th. I think it was the 29th. Okay.
I know that because I got a tattoo that day, and that's my mom's birthday.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. Yes. Rest in peace to her.
Yeah,
so.
Shout out my mom.
Yeah, big shout out to her. So, so I planned it like January 1st. And I was another last minute hit up when I started hitting up people, like hitting up my models. And I was like, yeah, so I'm thinking about doing a fashion show, my first fashion show, and I want everything to go smooth. I was not playing. I mean, I literally was ordering so much stuff. I wanted it to be like perfect, because it was my first fashion show. I feel like I wanted to.
They was back there changing real quick too. I'm not gonna lie.
They did so good. Like
Amanda came out. She came out like 2 months
Amanda
later. I'm like, what the hell?
Amanda was not playing either. She was like fully changed. But yeah, I had like shout out to all my models that was in the show. It was a lot of y'all to name y'all, but y'all know who y'all are. Y'all are also tagged in my Instagram, so shout out to y'all. But
shout out to Trey for doing the video too.
I was about to say big up. You see, I'm Jamaican. Big up to Trey, because he did the the media, and he did a really good job. Like, he caught everything.
I still be watching it like to this day. I go on my
Yeah, that was like
video,
such a good, like, you caught everything. And I was so busy the day because everything was running behind. So, like, I was so happy because everybody was enjoying themselves. Like, I was stressed out, but everybody else was enjoying themselves, and I was just running around everywhere. So I was like, but everybody literally was like doing what they were supposed to do. I had my little cousin Danya. She was like my assistant for the whole show, coming to the rehearsal practices. She remembered everybody's walk, what they were supposed to do, so she could come at them if they're not doing it right. I was really late, so I didn't even get there till 6 o'clock when the show started. She literally had everything in order for me. You were already catching all the major and important things, so everything was good. My mom brought refreshments for the models and stuff, so like they were relaxed and good while they were getting their makeup done. All my hairstylists were on set. They did a great job. My makeup, I only have one makeup artist, so she did an amazing job because she had to do everybody's makeup. I had 2 hairstylists, so they did a great job. They like split them in half and they did what they had to do. So it was nice, but I'm gonna have another show. So, and I want this one to be even bigger and better. It was a very good turnout last time, so this one I was thinking about doing it for my fall release. So I was thinking probably either September or late August, but I am thinking of another show. Of course, we're gonna have you on the media. So, yeah, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
All right, so I mean, we are halfway through 2021. You know, what is your goal for the next six and a half months?
By the next 6.5 months, well, I'm gonna say I want to be rich by the next 6.5 months, because some people will say that's not realistic, but it's very realistic. I see people get rich overnight, and like we said, it's sometimes it's about who you know. Consistency is key too, so I'm gonna stay consistent. Once I'm getting myself back into, you know, the mode and everything, so I'm gonna make sure that I keep going, don't stop. So I'm trying to be rich in the next 6.5 months, and if I'm not rich, I gotta be very close to it. Like, that's really my goal. I'm about to start networking, traveling, doing what I gotta do. So
I just came back from California. Oh, I don't mean to like cut the conversation with you. I did say last week we were gonna do a live from California. I apologize. We got some technical difficulties. I got drunk and lost my phone.
oh my god.
Freaked the fuck out. Yeah, it was a bad night. It was a bad night.
If I lost my phone, the whole trip canceled.
But I might have a gig out there in like 3 weeks, so we're praying that I get that and you know everything goes good with that. Like I said, one of the reasons that I wanted to bring you up here, A, because your brand, B, I mean, because you are a female, so I wanted to get some like relationship advice. Do you think nice guys finish last?
I mean, it depends. I mean,
That's a yes? That's a yes from you? That's a yes? That's a yes. Joan, that's a yes? I need a vote.
Quiet.
What was the question?
nice guys.
Do you think nice guys finish last?
I mean, you gotta be nice to get a girl anyway.
Right.
Nah.
The question is, what is the real question? Is the question, you think good guys finish last, or like nice? You gotta be nice, regardless if you're a bad guy, a good guy. Don't no girl want no mean.
I've seen a couple of relationships like out in public and like how like the couples interact, and you can tell like how a relationship is. I mean, depending on the couple's interactions in public.
Yeah, that's true.
And like, I'm not gonna hold you. Yeah, nah, it's not. These niggas ain't nice out here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm nice.
Yeah.
Everybody else ain't nice.
I mean, because the truth is, no girl wants a guy that's gonna let them walk all over them.
Okay.
We want a guy to make us feel like very I've never been told to say this word for some odd reason. Feminine.
Feminist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but we like that. Like, we don't want to be. We want to we want our man to overpower us in a way, because you're a man at the end of the day, so you should. Now, you shouldn't be abusive. You shouldn't be belittling, but you should be a man at the end of the day. I shouldn't be able to talk to you any kind of way. I shouldn't be able to just put my hands on you any kind of way, because if I can, I know that anybody in the streets could do that, and I don't feel safe with you. I gotta feel safe with my man.
That's right.
So that's just how I feel when it comes to like the good guy, bad guy. Like, you could really be a good guy and still be a man. Like, just let the female know to stay in a female's place, and to allow
So how come, I got a question. How come when a female gets mad, right? I had to clear my throat. How come when a female gets mad, she just like sees red and just like, you know, goes off the wall without it, like, no lie, y'all females can legit like be at home and make up a whole story. Yeah, zoom in, Jones. Make up a whole story in their head and be like, dot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll call your man's like, da, da, da.
But I'm laughing because I just had an episode with my boyfriend yesterday. I just blacked on him. Like I just blacked on him. His friend was like, stop. I was like trying to beat him up for no reason because I came up with a whole story in my head.
So it was false.
Yeah, it was. It was very much false. It was all in my head. So that's just what females do. Because sometimes, like, it depends on the guy too you're dating. Like, if he's nonchalant and he knows you're feeling type of way and he ain't gonna say nothing, he gonna act like he don't see your feeling type of way. A female like me,
I'm guilty of that. But
yeah,
it depends.
Exactly. A female like me is going to make you just as mad as me. Because now I'm like, oh, you want to ignore the fact that I'm feeling type of way. So now I'm gonna start flipping shit over.
But it's like this though. If I know you feel some type of way, that's cool. But if I know you feel some type of way and you have no reason to, and you just like, you know what I mean? Like I said, you just making up stories. It's like, should I really entertain it though? Should I entertain it?
Yeah. I mean, yes, you have to. Because if you don't, and we already came up with this story in our head, now we are believing that it's true and you don't got shit to say. So it's like, oh, so you don't got shit to say now? So now, right now, because now you're playing games. So now that's when I'm gonna start fucking out. But that's not healthy. So don't listen to me when I say that. That is very bad. It's a toxic trait. It's not good. But I'm just speaking from my perspective. I don't like that nonchalant shit. Like, if I'm feeling some type of way, you need to reassure my feelings because if not, it's about to be a fight in here.
But what if I still tell you, like, yo, like, no, like, you know what I mean, I was, or this, that, and the third, and it's not like that, and you still don't believe me? Like, I'm just asking, where do we draw the line between, like, females, like, legit making up stories?
Females gotta draw the line. They gotta chill. They have to. This is the truth. Females, we have to communicate but men have to communicate too. They can't get mad because they feel like the way our thinking is so stupid that they don't want to talk no more.
No, not that. I just feel like
it's all about trust.
And trust. TT said
right. But I also feel like if you're in a relationship, right? You obviously got into a relationship because you like that person and you see some type of interest and you might trust them at one point, blah, 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 till that trust is broken, whatever, you communicate with them. But when you get in a relationship, you should quote unquote know who you're getting into a relationship with.
No, it's true,
right?
especially when it's like for no reason. That's why, like, that's when you're really wrong. When you're just bugging because of your past, like, I had toxic past relationships, so that, sometimes that toxicness gets rubbed off on me, so that's not cool. Cause like, when I have an innocent boyfriend that's not doing shit, it does come off as you're a crazy bitch, you look weird. It's like, what's wrong with you? Like, I'm not even giving you no reason to do that.
Even if the feelings are warranted, you know what I mean? Like, you guys like feel for each other, this and the third, you know what I mean? Yeah.
But guys have to understand, like, if a female is really damaged from her past relationship, that may bring a little craziness to the next relationship. It's not purposefully trying to irritate you. It's just, you gotta work with it. When you're dating a damaged person in general, if rather you're dating a man that's damaged, or rather you're dating a female that's damaged, you have to be patient and you have to work with them. And you need to give them that constant reassurance that they are looking for because they have trust issues. It's not that you didn't give them a reason to trust. They just don't really trust people because the past people they trust ruin their trust. So it's like, you gotta work with them at some point. But I understand it can become, if it's a little.
I understand.
If it becomes
I'm not buying all of it, but I understand.
Yeah.
I understand a little bit.
If it becomes a little too crazy, like the person's not meeting you halfway, you gotta meet the person halfway. If they just want to be ignorant all day, keep accusing you, and you know you're not doing it, then that's like, all right, that's just a draining relationship. That's when you can't deal with that. But like, if that person's meeting you halfway, and they might have their episodes once in a blue moon, and they just need you to let them know, then it's okay. Every day's not gonna be perfect in a relationship, so people gotta know that you're gonna have days where y'all not talking to each other, days where you don't like this person, days where you need space. It's normal. Like, people be acting like it's the end of the world because people need space. Like, it's normal.
So we're gonna take a vote, and everybody in here has to enter it.
Okay.
Who cheats more, men or women?
Men. That was like the
women.
easiest one. What do you say, Shoshana?
That's not even an answer.
Yeah.
Like,
You said both?
Oh, okay. I feel like women cheat more because, let's be honest, I mean,
I feel like women cheat to get back at a man.
Not
I feel like women cheat without even knowing you're cheating, right? So like, listen, you said what?
Facts.
So listen, so right, like a simple conversation of you saying, "Oh, thank you," and like how you laugh and stuff like that.
Mhm.
It's not cheating, but like
Yeah, you can be flirting.
that's
Yeah, a lot of
flirting.
people
So that
are
to me, flirting is cheating. You know what I mean?
Me too.
Flirting, you mean like obviously, you mean sexual stuff like that. This, that, and the third, kissing, blah blah blah. But like even like spending time, you know what I mean, might be considered cheating.
Hell yeah, spending time is cheating. Spend time with nobody if you really should. Yeah.
What you?
Well,
Yeah,
like,
no.
what? Yeah.
Nah, that's different.
Yeah.
So who's your biggest influence?
That's hard. I really don't know.
I mean, it could be family, it could be, you know, like somebody famous, you know, somebody.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think nobody really influences me, which is so weird now that I think about it. Because you just never know what people do or who they are behind closed doors. Like they could show like one side. Yeah, they could be million. You just don't know what's going on in their life. So why should I say you influence me and I don't even know the real you? That's just how I feel.
That's true.
So.
I would say my biggest influence, you know, in my life, you know, I mean, obviously my family, I got people in my family, but I'm not going to name them, you know, because they watch this and they're going to, you know, be in a group chat, and I'm not doing that. My biggest influence, I mean, outside my family, obviously would probably be Kobe. He taught me a lot. Obviously growing up about basketball, you know, I mean, whatever, but honestly, once he retired, he taught me a lot about, like, patience, having patience, and, like, he would approach it as far as, like, you know, I mean, obviously basketball or business aspects of it, but I kind of took it as far as, like, life and just having patience with, like, people and just, like, things I'm going through, like, daily and stuff, you know, just trying to make it to tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And like I would say, like my parents influenced me in ways. My mom is a go-getter. She gonna get her money, and she works very hard. Like, and she, like, you know, she's still going to school after having her 3 kids, so that was good. And she just graduated like a few years ago, like 2 years ago actually. And
Now your mom was lit at doing birthday party.
oh yeah, my mom has a good time. She gonna go out, she gonna party, she gonna drink. My dad too. My dad is really like, he like, the way my dad loves his kids and will make sure he do anything for his kids is something that when I have kids is something that I'm taking from him. Like, he's really a good guy. So
Top 3 countries you want to visit.
I want to go to Bali, Dubai, and where else did I want to go? Oh, I've been seeing it like on Facebook lately. Maldives.
Okay.
Or something
Yeah,
like that.
everybody. Yeah.
I've been seeing it on Facebook so much lately. I was like, oh, I gotta go there. Like, their water looks so pretty, crystal blue, and like everything just looks so like modern. Like their stays and stuff, just so nice. Yeah, I gotta go there.
I'm trying to go to Greece. I ain't trying. I'm gonna go to Greece.
Yeah.
Greece, Egypt,
Oh, Egypt's cool.
and Africa.
Yeah, I've been actually. I think I want to
Even
go
though
to
Africa's
Africa
like
too.
a continent.
Yeah. Yeah, that's lit.
That is a continent. You didn't fuck that up on here.
Yeah,
That's alright. I wasn't good with history. Like, you have any questions for me?
Yeah, what made you want to start doing media?
So me and my friends in 2020, we went viral for doing that stuff at Tubman. The CDC boys, whatever. We made the New York Times, HBO, stuff like that. So I kind of saw how, social media can like, push whatever you're doing in a sense. I kind of saw it before, but I kind of saw social media as like useless and like just had a bunch of useless junk on there, in a sense. Once we started doing that, I kind of wanted to keep connections with the guy from the New York Times, the guy from the Poughkeepsie Journal. And I told him that I was coming out with my own show, which is still coming out. I wanted to release it in June, kind of pushing that back a little bit.
So when you gonna release it?
I'm not gonna lie and give you a date on it. But episode 1 will be out by the end of the year. I promise that. I just got a lot of things working on. Trying to finalize the cast and stuff like. Not finalize the cast, but work with the cast, stuff like that. Obviously, COVID, stuff like that. Stuff is opening back up too, so that'll definitely help us.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I started doing it in 2020. I bought a camera last year. My first job was like doing a wedding outside with a judge, you know what I mean, like a basic wedding. And then after that, I did like a couple like family dinners, a couple photo shoots and stuff. And then I didn't really take it seriously at first, honestly. I mainly bought the camera to do the show. And then my cousin hit me up and said, hey, you want to get paid to take some pictures? I said, yeah. Then slowly but surely, I just started doing it, and then just kind of just, not necessarily took off last year, you know what I mean, kind of getting a little busy last year with, during the summer. I would say this year, on top of this year, we definitely took off with me doing your fashion show. That video definitely got me a lot of bookings. I did a couple events at Truth, that got me a lot of bookings. Me doing Ronell's baby shower last year got me a lot of bookings. So yeah, just really trying to expand. Like I said, I got that job opportunity in LA. Hopefully I can get it. Eventually I want to move out there in 2 years. That's my dream place. Yeah, I even wanted to move out there before I even started doing media too. So me doing it now would hopefully project my career and really take off and stuff. But yeah, I kind of want to do a little bit of everything. Me and Jones are actually going to work on some like City of Poughkeepsie kind of like documentary that we got coming out that we're going to work on. I want to work on like a life documentary myself, TV shows, stuff like that. So.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah.
When you guys thinking of doing the documentary?
We wanted to do it this year. We've been talking about it since like last year, right, Jones? But like I said, with COVID, other hiccups, stuff like that, scheduling, stuff like that. My life documentary, I hope, like I said, even with my show coming out, I want to be by the end of the year. But we also got the podcast, we got other stuff coming out, so.
Yeah, that's good.
But we also don't want to rush it too, so.
Yeah.
It just depends. When the timing is right, timing is everything.
Yeah.
Definitely believe in that. So we appreciate you for coming on the Speak Your Mind podcast. One thing that we didn't do last week with my friend Robert, but I want to do this week and going forward is giving the guests the opportunity to speak their mind and leave the viewers with, whether it's a quote that you like, somebody that's inspired you, just said that they're just, be honest, open and willingly. You have the floor.
The advice that I have for you guys is to just keep pushing, stay focused, no matter what's going on in your life. I know that everybody has their own situations and stuff, so just try to perfect your craft. Just try to focus on the bigger picture at all times. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
So yeah, like she said, stay true to yourself. Always speak your mind. Like, subscribe, comment, follow.
And make sure y'all follow my business pages. Check out my website. I'm gonna have some new drops on the way as well. So.
We'll be back next week with another episode of the Speak Your Mind podcast. Fuck you.
Okay.